What if I told you that muscle loss after 60 is not caused by aging, and that eating more protein alone may actually be why your body isn't getting stronger? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll learn what truly allows your muscles to respond again, and how to regain strength without fighting your age. For years, we've been told a simple story. As we grow older, muscle loss is inevitable. That weakness is just the price of living longer. But here's the uncomfortable truth, one that surprises many of my patients when they first hear it. Most muscle loss after 60 isn't about age at all. It's about signals. Signals your body is no longer receiving clearly or no longer trusting. I want you to imagine this for a moment. You're still eating, you're still moving, you're even trying to do the right things, and yet your strength keeps slipping away. Not dramatically, quietly, gradually, until one day you notice the stairs feel steeper, the chair feels lower, and your body feels less reliable than it used to. That's not failure, and it's not laziness. It's biology responding to confusion. In this video, I want to help you understand what your muscles are actually listening for at this stage of life, and how small, precise changes can restore that conversation. Not through extreme workouts, not through chasing youth, but by working with your body instead of against it. And once that communication is restored, something remarkable often happens. Strength begins to return, naturally, steadily, and safely. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror in the morning and felt that something was quietly slipping away? Not wrinkles, not gray hair, but a feeling that you're becoming smaller, weaker, more subdued. Many of my patients describe it in almost the exact same way. They tell me, "Doctor, I'm not in pain. I just don't feel strong anymore." Some notice it when they struggle to open a jar that used to be effortless. Others feel it climbing the stairs in the very house they've lived in for decades. And some realize it when they pick up their grandchild, only to put them down sooner than they'd like. Not because the love isn't there, but because the body no longer fully cooperates. My name is Dr. Thomas Reed. I've spent over 30 years working with adults over 50 here in the United States. And if there's one thing I want you to remember from the very beginning of this video, it's this. Muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging. For decades, we've been told otherwise, that after 60 or 70, getting weaker is just normal. That muscle is for young athletes, that if you can simply maintain what you have, you should consider yourself lucky. But modern science and my real-world clinical experience tell a very different story. I want you to imagine something for a moment. What if your muscles didn't disappear? What if they simply fell asleep? They're still there, still listening, still capable of responding. They just need to be spoken to in the right way. One of my patients, his name is Robert, a name many of you watching may share. He's 78 years old. The first time he came into my office, he said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I don't want to live longer. I just want to live stronger in the years I have left." Robert didn't want a six-pack. He didn't want to be 30 again. He just wanted to carry his own groceries, to stand up from a chair without pushing off with his hands, to feel like he still owned his body. And here's the remarkable part. After just 12 weeks, no extreme workouts, no punishing diets, just eating the right foods in the right way, Robert gained nearly 3 pounds of muscle, not just on a scan, but in real life. His wife told me, "He's not just stronger, he's more confident." And that's something very few people talk about. Muscle doesn't just make you stronger. It helps you hold on to your independence, dignity, and self-respect. So what's really going wrong? It's not your age. It's that we're eating the wrong way for an aging body. Most nutrition advice out there is designed for younger people, or worse, for younger people trying to lose weight. But a body over 60 or 70 operates by a completely different set of rules. Aging muscle doesn't respond well to tiny portions. It doesn't respond to massive salads with a few bites of protein. It doesn't respond to meals that fail to send a clear biological signal. I often tell my patients, aging muscles don't need encouragement. They need a strong, unmistakable signal. And that signal comes from the right foods at the right time. In this video, I'm going to share with you a small group of foods that have been scientifically proven to rebuild muscle after the age of 70. Not trends, not marketing hype, but strategies I've seen change real lives over and over again. You might be asking yourself right now, "Doctor, is it already too late for me?" I want you to hear this clearly. If you're alive, your muscles are still capable of responding. The only question is whether you're speaking to them in a language they understand. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll discover why some 75-year-olds are stronger than people in their 50s, why eating more doesn't always mean getting stronger, and how just a few simple changes can help you feel in control of your body again. Not to live longer, but to live better. If you've ever felt like your body is slowly drifting away from you, I made this video for you. And your journey to waking your muscles back up starts right now. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 60 or 70, almost everyone asks me the same question. "Doctor, how much protein do I need?" But after more than 3 decades working with older adults, I can tell you this honestly. Eating more has never been the real problem. The real issue is whether your body is actually willing to build muscle. And that willingness starts with sleep. I see this all the time. Patients eat well, sometimes very well, yet their strength doesn't improve. When we look closer, the common thread is poor sleep, light sleep, fragmented sleep, waking up multiple times a night. And here's the truth most people don't hear often enough. Muscle repair and growth don't happen when you eat or even when you exercise. They happen when you're in deep sleep. After 60, deep sleep naturally declines. Growth hormone, the quiet repair crew that rebuilds muscle tissue, drops right along with it. If you're sleeping fewer than 6 hours or sleeping without depth, your body shifts into survival mode. And in survival mode, it protects energy. It does not invest in building new muscle, no matter how much protein you consume. I once had a patient say to me, "Doctor, I'm eating everything you told me to eat. Why am I still weak?" When we talked longer, I learned he was having 2 glasses of wine every evening to help him fall asleep. The irony is that alcohol may help you fall asleep, but it destroys the deepest stages of sleep, the very stages your muscles depend on. Alcohol, along with ultra-processed foods, acts like a powerful brake on muscle growth. Both increase low-grade chronic inflammation, what scientists call inflammaging. When your body is inflamed, even mildly, it sends a clear message. This is not a safe time to build. And when the body doesn't feel safe, it won't build muscle. That's why fatty fish like salmon and sardines matter so much. Not just for protein, but for omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s help quiet background inflammation and make muscle cells more responsive again. I often tell patients it's like oiling a rusty hinge. Suddenly, movement becomes possible. But even with better sleep and less inflammation, aging muscles face another challenge: anabolic resistance. Older muscle doesn't respond to protein the way it once did. This is where leucine becomes critical. Whey protein, whole eggs, and lean beef aren't just sources of protein, they're signals. Leucine is the key that flips the muscle-building switch. After 70, if a meal doesn't reach a certain leucine threshold, your muscles simply don't respond. That's why a simple whey protein shake can sometimes be more effective than a large meal that's spread too thin. Whey absorbs quickly. Leucine rises fast in the bloodstream, and your muscles finally hear a clear message. It's time to build. Whole eggs work in a similar way, but with an added benefit. The yolk contains choline, a nutrient that supports communication between your brain and your muscle. Many older adults don't lose strength because muscle disappears, but because the brain-muscle connection weakens. When that signal fades, the body feels uncoordinated, unreliable. Eggs help reinforce that connection. And here's something almost no one talks about: chewing. Most older adults eat faster as they age. Less chewing, more swallowing. It seems harmless, but it matters. Chewing is the first step in activating digestive enzymes and anabolic hormones. When you chew well, your body understands that a real meal has arrived. When you rush, your body treats it like temporary fuel, not something worth building with. I once gave a patient just one instruction for 2 weeks. Slow down when you eat. No new foods, no supplements. 2 weeks later, he said, "I feel stronger, even though I'm eating the same meals." That wasn't magic, that was biology. Greek yogurt is another powerful example. The casein protein digests slowly, feeding your muscles over several hours. For older adults, nighttime is the most important recovery window, and it's often underfed. A cup of Greek yogurt before bed is like leaving supplies at a construction site overnight. Then there's creatine. Many older adults hesitate because they associate it with young athletes. But at low, consistent doses, creatine helps muscle cells produce energy more efficiently. I've watched patients in their late 70s and early 80s stand up from chairs more easily within weeks. Not because they got bigger, but because their muscles started working smarter. Finally, there's vitamin D and magnesium, two quiet but essential players. Vitamin D acts like a door opener, allowing protein to enter muscle cells. Magnesium helps muscles relax, supports nerve function, and improves sleep depth. Without these, you can do everything else right and still fall short. Because building muscle after 70 isn't about doing more. It's about doing things more precisely, not fighting your age, but learning how to work with your biology instead of against it. Before we end today, I want you to pause for just a moment. Take a quiet breath and ask yourself one simple question. How strong do I want to feel in the years ahead? Not how long you want to live, but how you want to live inside your body. Because strength at this stage of life isn't about lifting heavy weights or proving anything to anyone. It's about getting out of bed without hesitation. It's about carrying your groceries with confidence. It's about standing up from a chair and feeling steady, capable, and in control. I've watched hundreds of patients make a quiet decision, often right around your age. They stop accepting weakness as normal. They stop blaming age for something that biology still allows them to change. And the ones who succeed aren't the ones who do everything perfectly. They're the ones who simply start paying attention. They eat a little more intentionally. They sleep a little more deeply. They choose foods that speak clearly to their muscles instead of confusing them. And slowly, almost without noticing at first, their body begins to respond. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today, it's this. Your body is not done listening to you yet, and neither am I. If this video helped you see your body and your future just a little differently, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know. Go ahead and click the like button. It helps this message reach others who need to hear it. If you know someone, a spouse, a parent, a friend, who's been feeling weaker but doesn't know where to begin, share this video with them. Sometimes one conversation can change an entire trajectory. I'd also love to hear from you directly. Leave a comment below and tell me, what part of your strength are you most hoping to regain? Or what question has been sitting in the back of your mind? I read your comments, and many of my future videos are inspired by your stories. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Every week, I share practical, science-backed guidance to help you stay strong, independent, and confident at any age. We're building a community here, one that believes aging doesn't have to mean giving up strength, and that the best years of capability may still be ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of your body. It's been carrying you for a long time, and it's still capable of carrying you forward.